Back here with a 2001 Monte Carlo SS. We got a project in store right now going on. Basically, when I bought this car, the sunroof had an issue. It didn't work. I forcibly got it to work, but it's by force and not by choice. So I ended up going to the junkyard a year and a half later, which is today. And I happened to find an Impala with a sunroof, and I took that out of the Impala, and I'm doing the transition of putting it into my car. Basically, it's very simple. I say it's a lot of things are very simple too, because I've done this 100 times already. I've done taking the headliner down and up, down and up, in this MC, cleaning it, removing glue and doing all type of nonsense to it, removing dents out of the rooftop and all that stuff. But basically, after you take down your headliner in your car, everything is accessible, very accessible. The sunroof itself is being held by a total of 10 screws, basically. On this one, you have a piece that goes right here. Well, excuse me. You have a piece that goes right here, and this piece right here is the main strength to holding this up. So these two bolts right here will be the strength and the process of holding up the sunroof, which is right here. Basically, you have 4 screws on the side, and then you have 2 right up front, one here and one here. Very important. The alignment of the sunroof itself is very important in the actual function of the sunroof. If you decide to get it without the motor, then you would have to align it yourself with the motor. When I say align, I mean get the teeth of the motor to grip the teeth of the gears that controls the movement of the sunroof and the locking mechanism itself. So what I did was basically went to the junkyard, seen an Impala with a sunroof, and I took it upon myself to remove the sun visors, the side handle, the headliner itself. I took it down. The center light, I took it down. The light that goes in the middle, the dome light, I took that down. And basically, it was free access from there. You would have to remove the water tubing that allows water to fall out of the sunroof and fall down and exit the car, wherever it exits the car at. And then you would then start to unscrew all the bolts. You would unscrew all the bolts except for one in the middle on this side and one in the middle on that side. That way, when it's time to take this down, you and another person can have the upper hand on this, because it is very heavy. When you take it down, you would then bring it down slowly across your head, about to this level right here. Then you would rotate it in either direction, rotate it, and have it go out the passenger side door, since the steering wheel would not be in the way. It's easier to slide it out of the passenger side door. And when it's time to bring the new one in, you would do the reverse process. You would slide it to the passenger side door, have it come up here and mount it to the subframe, and you begin to hand tighten all the screws around. Make sure everything is aligned, the rail, the subframe, make sure everything is aligned, and as the other one was. Also, these cars come with 3 different types of sunroof models, from what I understand. So I got lucky to find the one that comes with my car. And basically, from the junkyard, I followed only the harness that's for the sunroof, which would be right here. I followed that harness all the way to the end of the car, which ended up right here. It's longer than this, but this is where I cut it at. I made sure I cut it halfway here, giving it enough room to meet up with my original harness when I get ready to connect it. And also, like I said before, I've taken this down before, so I understood that the colors that I saw matched the colors of the harness that I took down. So I was very lucky that everything matched up very well. And I put these connectors on. I'm going to put electrical tape and maybe some heat shrink tubing, and mount this or tuck this in somewhere where it can't get water into it. It won't get damaged or detached or disconnected. This is very important. This is the connector, and I will tuck that in the back somewhere. So that's basically it. Just how you took everything down, you put them back up. And the last thing you should be able to put up is the dome light, the sun visors, and the driver center console data center link that goes up here in the middle right here. That's the last thing you do. But it's basically easy as long as you take down the header panels. Make sure you match your sunroof assembly with the one that you're replacing it with. Make sure everything coordinates and goes as it should, and that will save you a lot of problems and time and having to go back to the junkyard and bringing it back. You don't want to do that. Often they don't come with warranty anyway, so I bought this out of me figuring out that it would work, and that was just me. So I paid $70 for this assembly, brought it home. I'm installing it now. As you can see, it's open. My hand is through the sunroof. I already tried it and it works. We'll be greasing the rail. Very important to grease the rail. And hopefully this lasts longer than I get my money's worth out of it and such. But yeah, this is the installation of a new sunroof in the 2001 Monte Carlo build. Still adding things to it. It's still an ongoing process, and that's basically it. That's what it is. New sunroof install.